followed me on Instagram, you saw the scenes, bro, with me and Flex last night. It was a madness. Flex is locked out of Instagram, so you lot didn't see the full video. I am pissed. I'm very pissed because yo, the scenes, the live scenes, um, I think they should still be up on Instagram till this evening on my story, so you need to check it out. The Rashford free kick, it was a mad thing. It was an absolute mad thing. Like, as soon as we won the free kick, I said to Flex, yo, he's gonna score this, you know? And then Flex was like, nah, nah, nah. Like, and then he was like, yo, I'm gonna put my hand out to catch the ball. And I was like, bruv, that flies over here, it's gonna lick the camera out my hand, yeah? And then Rashford wrapped this thing, bruv. Like, man wrapped that like a zoo, bruv. It was an absolute madness. So I can't believe it. I can't believe it, bruv. What a free kick, what scenes, bruv. 2-1. Ollie wins at the bridge again. Remember, that's a place that, like, historically we don't do too well at, but Ollie seems to just have, yeah, he just seems to be comfortable there at the moment. I think it is coincidental because it just so happens that Chelsea are going through, like, possibly their worst spell in a while, just like us, in a sense that we're not the force that we were, neither are Chelsea. So I think the fact that it's a good time to play Chelsea definitely comes into it. But was a good result, guys. It was a very good result. You guys would have seen the fan cams, you would have seen the player ratings that me and Flex did on the United stand. I tried to keep it as positive as possible because, to be honest, there were a lot of negatives that could have been pulled out of the game. But ultimately, in cup games, I only care about the result because that's what cups are about. Knockout competition is just about getting the job done. If this was a league game, I would have obviously been happy, but at the same time, I feel like I would have scrutinized it a bit more because of the feeling of knocking someone out of cup. I just had to stay on that vibe yesterday, man. But yeah, that's the funny thing. Yesterday, there weren't even that many standout performances, but I just think that it was a good team effort in terms of collectively, defensively. With the five at the back in the first half, I thought we were very compact, we were very organised. I think we limited Chelsea to anything noticeable. Um, yeah, there was nothing of note that Chelsea created in the first half. They didn't test our goalkeeper, saying that we didn't test their goalkeeper, but Batshuayi was kept extremely quiet, and their wide players were kept extremely quiet, and that's testament to the way that we defended as a whole. Second half, they came out again. They came out very strongly, and I predicted it after going in 1-0 up in the first half after Daniel James won the penalty. Great run, by the way. It's looking like a common theme at the moment because with Daniel James, yeah, he goes missing for large periods of the game, but then when he comes in, when he comes to life, he's just dangerous. That's what I was saying to Flex, because when we did the player rating, I gave him a 7, and Flex was like, "Are you sure? Like it's an 8 and that." But I didn't think he played that well. I think, other than the penalty that he won, Daniel James goes missing in games, isn't it? And so does Marcus Rashford, and especially when they play in that two. And I think, like I mentioned before, when they play in a two, normally when you've got a two, there's always one that comes short, one that goes long. Both of them want to go long and use their pace, and because they both want to push forward, what happens is the gap between Jesse Lingard, who played in the number 10, and the next available forward is too big. And also because he doesn't have the range of passing like a Pogba to play these guys in, he ends up having to hold it and then just play it out wide, and then them two end up doing that. Whereas when they're playing in a two, you really want your forward players close together. So in terms of balance and chemistry, I don't think that Daniel James and Rashford up front together, they don't complement each other. They're both players that want to get in behind and use their pace. But saying that, we just got the result yesterday, innit? So I think DJ was quite quiet, but he can be impactful when he gets on the ball and make those runs. So he won the ball, won the penalty. Rashford dispatched of it very well. His usual side, usual run up, everything. He didn't change anything. He stuck with it. Very good penalty. So we go in 1-0 up at half time without having a shot on target in open play. without Chelsea having a shot on target and open play. And in all honesty, guys, like, I don't know what it was like watching it at home, but the game was shit. Like, if I'm honest, like, if I take emotion out of it, I'm looking at a game where Chelsea scored from their only shot on target from open play, or at least it was their first one anyway. I don't know if it was the last one. I haven't seen the stats, all of them. We didn't test their goalkeeper. We've scored 2 goals. And yeah, it was a game of Chelsea had loads of possession, couldn't do anything with it. We'd win the ball, try and counter attack. Nothing came of that. And that was literally the pattern of the game. Half time, Lampard changed the intensity a bit. Chelsea come out steaming for us. As usual, Oli doesn't react. I was saying, and I said it on my snap, I also tweeted it. I said, there's no way Chelsea are going to come out and play as badly as they did in the first half. Solskjaer should have prepared the boys for that. Clearly he didn't. Chelsea came out, not huffing and puffing. Solskjaer didn't make the change. What happens? Chelsea get a break. Harry Maguire makes a mistake. 1-1. Then Oli changes it. And this is what I mean about him being a reactionary manager. Like, you feel the momentum shift in a stadium while you're there as a fan. Why does he always have to wait till something happens to make a change? He should have felt that, yo, this don't really feel right. We've handed the initiative to Chelsea. We need to try and peg these man back a bit. Change it, bro. Do you know what I mean? Don't wait till we go down. Oh, we'll not even go down. Wait till we've conceded a goal and then think about changing it. That's the difference at the top level. The top level is the in-game management. It's the decisions that you make based off the decision of other people. You've seen it a lot of times with Mourinho, yeah? Love him or hate him, yeah? He reacts to what the other manager does. And there's been times in a game where another team, say, for instance, you're playing Eden Hazard. You're playing against Chelsea. And Hazard's playing on the left. And then Chelsea might change the formation. Mourinho will say, all right, cool. Hazard's drifting inside. Herrera, go mark Hazard now, bruv. You know what I mean? And change the formation. Because you have to adapt to what your opposition thinks doing. Not necessarily in terms of man marking, but if you feel that they're applying more pressure, they're overloading your fullbacks, and they're pushing forward, make a change, bruv. Whether it's a substitution or a tactical change to deal with the change. Oli didn't do that. And then we conceded. And the goal was always coming just based on the momentum that we lost. So he brings a Martial, goes to a 4-2-3-1. And the thing is, the 4-2-3-1 instantly made us more attacking. And all it is it's a psychological thing, because you can play an attacking 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2, or you can call it a 3-4-1-2. Or whatever. You can play that attacking wise if you set out the players with the right frame of mind that they're going to attack. United looked like they set up there just not to lose the game. The players looked like they were in that mindset. When it went to 1-1, it looked like the players changed their mindset, started to go for it more. Fred was getting further forward. McTominay was awesome, breaking up the play, and he's who I gave man of the match. I thought he was outstanding. Yeah, like Fred was outstanding as well. Fred and McTominay in that double pivot are starting to build a nice understanding. Fred is the guy that will nip at the heels, win the ball, play it simple. McTominay has got a slightly, I wouldn't say better range of passing, but he's got different qualities in it. Like, McTominay's more of a leader, he's more of a physical presence, whereas Fred is more nimble, mobile, and more technical. So I think they complement each other very well. And there's chances that would get away from McTominay that they wouldn't get away from Fred, because Fred's got the added pace. So second half, we picked it up. Martial come on. And straight away, the chemistry with the attacking players looks better with Tony in, because he will come short, allow Daniel James and Rashford, whether they want to swap or whatever. Like, he allows that. So from that, straight away, we look like a better team. Rashford gets the free kick. Absolute scenes, guys. Like, if you can, make sure you go to the Insta story and watch that before it disappears. The way man slapped that top binge, yeah, that I nearly tumbled down the seats, bro, because they closed off the bottom tier and I was right at the front by the barriers. I nearly went over it. Like, man jumping over me, screaming, everything. Absolute scenes. Absolute scenes. But it's funny because other than the 3 goals, you think the Daniel James wins the penalty, Harry Maguire makes the mistake, Batshuayi scores, um, Marcus Rashford a free kick. Other than that, neither keeper really had a save to make, and there's not any memorable moments of that game at all. Do you know what I mean? So as much as I'm super, super happy that we won, when we put that to one side and we analyze what we saw yesterday, we saw a Manchester United team with like 36% possession, couldn't keep the ball, didn't want to keep the ball, offering the initiative to Chelsea, and we hit them by 2 set pieces. So as much as it's a brilliant, brilliant result, I'm looking at the facts. These are not my opinions. The facts are we couldn't keep the ball. We couldn't hit the target from open play or test their goalkeeper. Like, and when you do those things, it's very hard to argue a case that you deserve to win a game or you should have won a game. Don't get me wrong, we deserve to win based on the fact that we scored 2 goals and they scored 1, and they didn't really test our goalkeepers either. But the same things that I've been complaining about with Ollie, they're still very, very much present. When people are saying, "Oh, what have you changed your mind? Are you Ollie in now?" Bro, I'm never fickle, yeah, like that to the point where 3 fucking decisions are gonna change what I think. When I decided, yeah, that I wanted to give Ollie a chance, it was off the back of at least 10 games on the trot, bruv. Like, there's no way after 3 games, man's gonna be like, nah, you know what, I got it wrong, bruv. Because Ollie's shown, even in that game that we won, that he needs to wait for something wrong to happen, something bad to happen before he reacts. That's not a good sign of a manager that actually knows what's going on. It's really not. He's shown me enough that I know that this nice little bit of form isn't necessarily down to performance, and that's okay, because you don't always have to play well as long as you're winning. Like, nobody cares how well you play if you play shit all the way up to a final and win a trophy. People don't care the fact that you won a trophy. But when you're not winning trophies and you're not playing good football, the jury's got to be out on you. And for me, Ollie's shown, like, over the last how many other games, that, yeah, we've got the results. But he's not shown me anything in a managerial sense, whether it's through a substitution that's gone really well or anything like that. He hasn't shown me anything that would suggest that he's improved this team. Defensively, they look very much like a Mourinho team. He said he wants to play attacking football. We don't play attacking football. He said that he wants to blood youth and give youth a chance, but our youth players are getting like 8-minute cameos, bro. That's not giving youth a chance. That means we've got no one else. So I'm going to play these men for as little time as possible just to get them a run out. Because it's token gestures playing these youths, some of them. What's the point in bringing a man on with like 8 minutes to go at the end of a game? Like, what's the point? And then you're looking at Chelsea yesterday. They played a few men I'd never even heard of, and they started them as well. And Ollie ain't doing that. Do you know what I mean? So he's saying he's doing it, like, but really, if you actually look at it properly, he's not doing that. Like, it's all talk. It's all talk, man. So I don't know. Like, off the back of the performance, I think for the strength of team he put out compared to the strength of team Chelsea put out, it's only right that we beat them. Like, as I said, there were men that I'd never even heard of on that Chelsea team. That was Manchester United's strongest team, bar Pogba, Martial, and De Gea. Bar them, man, that was our strongest team. That wasn't their strongest team. If they put out their strongest team, I would have been a lot less confident of winning the game. A lot less. So there's not too much I could take away from this game, guys. Let me know in the comment section how you're feeling after the win. What were your key moments? Who was your man in the match? Obviously, I've given it to McTominay, aka Sergio Biscuits. But I don't think it's anything to get super carried away about. I think that Bournemouth away is always going to be the harder game than that, for the fact that it's in the Premier League, it's away from home, we're expected to win. With the Chelsea one, we could have gone and lost that, and it would have been like, all right, cool, like, you lost, didn't it? Bournemouth, it's not going to be like that. People are going to be looking at us to make a statement against a very well-drilled young team, and we have to beat them, and it's going to be difficult. So all in all, yesterday's performance, I can't take much away from it other than we got the points that we needed. Um, I'll think of the positives. We got the points that we needed. Yeah, we still conceded, but it was down to a mistake in it. Like we weren't carved open. So the fact that it was down to individual error, you take that individual error out, we haven't conceded. That's cool. Yeah, like the negatives are there in it. Like I don't want to focus too much on them, but I just don't want you guys to get clouded by the fact that nothing ain't really changed. We've just had a little rub of the green. We're having a little purple patch at the moment, but that's all it is. Like Ollie hasn't coached them into doing anything different football wise. No matter what formation we're playing, the football's still similar. It's loads of like sideways, backward passing and then stupid mistakes. That's all it is. It's just that with the five at the back, we've got an extra person there for security. But in all honesty, guys, the football is the same. Like there's no attacking build up, there's no attacking structure. You don't know what United are going to turn up from one week to the next. You really don't. So if you're 100% honest with yourself, it's not great. It's not great. Regardless of the scores. So I think that people need to obviously enjoy this victory. I am. I've posted that Rashford free kick on my Instagram. I've been gassing it up on Twitter. I'm bantering people and all that. But manage your expectations and watch the game exactly for what it is. Because if you don't, you're in danger of seeing United have won 3 games in a row and thinking, all right, cool, we're playing really well, when actually we're not. Do you know what I mean? So like it does the club an injustice and it does you one, yeah, if you don't watch the games properly. There's still a lot of stuff we need to improve on. In my opinion, Ollie is not the guy to do that. I think that he's out of his depth noticeably. And I don't know, it's a weird one. It looks like Emery might get sacked before him. After all that talk about Ceballos and Pepe and all these men that were going to be amazing and definitely secure Arsenal top 4, right now it's looking them men are going to finish below Leicester. So yeah, like it's all very mad, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section overall about the Chelsea game. My initial, well, not even initial, I'd say my feeling at this present moment, like coming in at the next day, is that it was by far, sorry, not by far, it was an underwhelming performance, but a very important result. And I think that people, the way people were celebrating it and singing and all of that, it's because it's a cup game. It's because it's a cup game. Just that feeling of, right, this could go to penalties. So I do think a lot of people are getting carried away. I do. And I'm not telling you how to celebrate a football match or you shouldn't enjoy it. Bloody enjoy it. Like, I enjoyed it as well, man. We were up 90 minutes singing loads of songs. I always support is the best in the league by far, because I go to all the home games, yeah, and I've heard every single set of fans and they don't sing like us constantly. And away we got songs for every team, bruv. So big up the guys that make the songs as well, man. Yeah, like just be realistic and manage your expectations. Don't think that because on paper man have won 3 in a bounce, that means we're playing better. It's the same with the Rashford thing. With Rashi, like you always have to give respect where it's due. Like everyone's allowed to criticize players when they don't play well, but when they do play well or they do something good, you have to hail them up. You have to big them up, because if you don't, then you have an agenda, bruv. It's that simple. If a player does something well and you don't want to celebrate it, then you shouldn't chat shit when they're not doing well, bro. Like you have to keep the same energy all the time. If not, then what? Do you have something personal about, man? Like Rashi ain't played well for 18 months at least. And I'm not saying that he's playing well now, because his overall game, he's not really playing well. But his contribution is improving, and the level of quality is improved over, I'd say, the last 3 games. Not massively, because other than the 2 goals again, like there were large periods of the game where he was nowhere. But if you're scoring goals, none of that matters. None of that matters. Like nobody, Arsenal fans don't care that Aubameyang don't offer fuck all in terms of link-up play outside the box because he's bagging goals, innit? And if Rashford keeps scoring goals, I don't think anyone's going to be bothered that his over-round game is probably at a 5 out of 10 the majority of the time. So no one's going to care because people only remember moments in football. There's a reason why Match of the Day is so popular compared to watching full football matches. A lot of football fans only watch the highlights of games and they make up their minds on players completely on the highlights. So, honourable mention for Rashford for the brace. Great penalty, great free kick. Scott McTominay was my man of the match. I just feel like he's shown that he's a Manchester United player. He's grown into it. The badge isn't too heavy for him no more. He's grown into the role. He's a very good shout for captain, the way he's playing. I know that Ollie fancies Harry Maguire, but the way Scott's barking orders, I saw a video of him literally pointing to people that, and it's experienced people, more experienced than him, seniors, and Scott has got these man drilled. Like, he believes that he's where he's at. Like, he's not like, you know what, I'm a young player, I'm at Manchester United and I'm just trying to do my best. Scott genuinely believes that, like, he's where he deserves to be. And if that's the case, then that's exactly where he does deserve to be. So, man, I have to honourable mention for a man like McTominay as well, Sergio Biscuits. So, yeah, that's my man of the match there. Overall, I'm just happy with the result, guys. Like, I'm not going to lie to you and bullshit you and think that we've turned a corner or everything's rosy and great now, because it's far from it. However, we're starting to get players back, and I think it's only Pogba that's really out. So, fingers crossed, we can get to December with a decent tally, and then we go again. Let me know what you think in the comment section about that game, about your standout performances, and also, yeah, just anything else you might want to add. Also, Williams as well. I don't think he had a great game going forward. However, defensively, up against some very good wide players, he held his own. So, have to mention him as well. Big up young Williams, and he's definitely got a bright future ahead. Make sure you smash the like button. Follow me on the socials. What fucking day is it? I can't even remember, guys. I can't even remember if I told you about the announcement on my page. I think I did, but if I didn't, on my Instagram page, you would have seen that I signed with like quite a big management company on, when did I sign? On Monday. I told you that I had a meeting. I'm pretty sure I told you anyway. So you're gonna see some big things to come from me very soon. Appreciate your support. All of that. And I'm going to be back tomorrow for Rants Red Talk, which is now sponsored as well. So, yeah, shit's getting real, guys. Check out the Twitter as well for the Rants Red Talk questions. I'm going to put those out probably this evening. Take care, guys, and thanks again.